What is going on YouTube, and welcome to this video. Today I am going to be doing a gear review of the Dracarys distortion pedal by Wampler. When Wampler came out with this pedal, they said it was inspired by Ola Englund's sound. So obviously we all love all things Ola Englund here on the internet. So I wanted to go ahead and give it a try. I did kind of decide to cut out that whole section of the video that everyone does where they zoom in on the pedal and they move the knobs around to, I don't know, I guess show you guys that the equalizer on it works. I trust that it works. That when you turn the treble all the way up, the treble goes all the way up. When you turn the mid all the way up, the mid goes all the way up. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm just going to go ahead and ram this thing directly into the Universal Audio Aero interface, into Cubase, where I have a power amp simulator. I also have an impulse response loader and the Beast impulse response, all which will be linked down below in the description, and all are which 100% free. And I'm also going to put the Maxon OD808 Overdrive in front of it and see what kind of tones we get out of that. Now, just to go over really quickly before we do this, you have a 3-band EQ. You've got the bass, mid, and the treble, and then down here you have your gain and volume, very similar to the chassis and bodies that are coming out with these other newer pedals. They have the same layout, and then they have a switch in the center here. The only difference is, like on the G3, you have a center position. This one doesn't. This one only has an up and down position, one of them being open and the other one being a tight setting. So without further ado, let's jump into this thing and see what this thing sounds like. All right, guys, so here we are with the pedal. I'm not connecting the overdrive just yet. We're gonna just get the raw tones out of this thing. Right now I have it set to the open position, which is the up position for that switch. That's in the center of the pedal. And you guys should see my preset for this thing pop up on the corner of the screen right now. And this is what that tone sounds like. So that's the sound that you get out of the open position being switched on, which it's like, it makes perfect sense because it's definitely not, you know, it's very squishy on the bottom end of it. It's not very tight at all. Now, the only issue that I do kind of have with switching on the tight switch, which I'm going to do right now, is that you lose a considerable amount of volume when you do that, and you have to compensate for that by bringing up the volume knob. So if you guys hear right now, if you guys heard that, it got considerably quiet. And now we have to bring the volume knob up a little bit to compensate for that. Okay, this pedal has a ton of low end, like a shit ton of low end. If It doesn't have the most punchy mid and treble section of this EQ, but the low end just shines through like crazy. And the really cool thing about that is that it's almost made to be overdriven, because if you guys have any experience with a tube screamer or an overdrive, whenever you guys put those in front of something, it really thins out your tone. It does make it more clear, it does make it more punchy, but it does kind of thin it out and take a little bit of that low end out of the EQ section. So I think this was made almost to be overdriven and fine-tuned into this really crazy metal tone. So let's get the Maxon OD 808 Overdrive. Let me plug that in and I'll be back with you guys in a second so we see what that sounds like. All right guys, so we're back here with the pedal set up and I have the Maxon OD 808 Overdrive in front of it. And honestly, these two coupled together sound absolutely amazing. They sound massive, sound super metal with a ton of low end, like I said before. So this is what that sounds like. All right, let's keep the overdrive on and let's set it over to the tight setting. All right guys, so that's the Dracarys pedal by Wampler. Now, for those of you who care, this is my take on this pedal. If you're looking for a low-end chug machine, right, which is what he said when he first set out to make this pedal, was he wanted to make something that just really chugged really well, which is inspired by Ola Englund. Most of his music is a lot of heavy palm mutes and stuff like that. So if you're looking for something that has a bunch of low end in it that you can fine tune from there and just really create just a literal chug machine, then this pedal is 100% for you, and it's also 100% worth every penny. Now, if you're looking for an all-around pedal that already is gonna show up with really, really good mid-range, really good high-end, on top of having that low-end, I wouldn't necessarily recommend this for you, but if you're, like I said, if you're looking for something that's really gonna chug, it's a very, very good base to work from. You know, it's a very good foundation because it's got a ton of low-end that's gonna make for very, very good and heavy palm mutes. But you know, as long as you realize that once you get this pedal, you're basically gonna work up from there with whatever overdrive you use with it, whatever preamp you decide to run it through, and you can definitely dial in a really badass heavy metal tone with this pedal. So is it worth $200 US? Like I said, I don't even know why I'm asking that question anymore. It's all personal preference. To some people, this is gonna be worth $1 million. To some people, this isn't gonna be worth a dime. So personally, I think it's definitely worth every penny if that's the type of sound you're looking for. If you want to chug until your right hand falls off, then it's definitely worth the money. So as always, guys, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.